Hi, everybody, and welcome. We are here with William today, and William's been part of our ecosystem for quite a while now. And thank you, William, for giving your time. And we're going to just take a little feedback from you, how your experience has been, what are your main learnings you've taken, things like that.
Hi, glad to be a part of this. To be honest, I think I joined Pragmatic Leaders a couple of years ago, and that was when I was transitioning from consulting to product management. That was my primary objective. The again, my practice area was kind of product, but then it was more towards strategy, core strategy. But I
Mm.
didn't really have hands-on on other aspects of product, which I later learned at PM. And that was where the objective was more towards get some hands-on experience on how exactly it's done in the field. And when I was looking at several other players in the market, PL stood out because I genuinely believe in leadership, and that's when Dalwinder's name was quite high up there, and I saw the kind of work that he's done, and if someone who has done that work is going to teach me something, that would make sense. Apart from that, what really kind of made things stand out for me was I would say the content. I spent a lot of time going through the content. It's
Mm.
quite comprehensive, and that is something that was quite good for me.
So
That's
you
yeah.
mentioned, so you're basically, for you, the key purpose of doing the course, the PG course on product management, which right now is now, most of the modules are now free on YouTube for people to consume. So of course it was, a couple of years ago, I think that you did it. Uh, Transition was your key purpose, right? So can you give me a couple of real life examples about this transition and what did you learn either from Talvinder, from the curriculum, etc., which really helped in this transition?
Uh, Real life example, I would say where I lack skills and how this kind of PL helped me out in those areas. For instance, since you come from consulting, your strategy is on point. You know how your go to market is. If a digital product is being when it comes to strategic terms, you use things like digital asset, digital products being launched in this particular market. What would be my intent? What would be my retention and things of that sort. But uh, how is it going to be measured? What and why is it being measured in this particular way? Those were looked at, but they were at the edge of in the periphery. We were not really actively looking at who does that job, and that was something that intrigued me. And filling that gap is where product management comes in and tells you that, okay, if these are your metrics, how exactly are these metrics going to match up with the strategy that you've come up with?
Mhm.
And that kind of made a lot of sense, and that was where the entire transition happened. Yeah.
Fantastic. Absolutely, I get what you're saying. What would be your recommendation to either people transitioning into product management today or people who are there and now, with the AI, the third revolution kind of coming in? What is your opinion on this whole space and why a course like the AIPL program is very, very valuable?
Uh, I want to break it down into two aspects. The first thing is when it comes to product management, or not just product management, even consulting, any kind of job that you're particularly doing, the core skill that you're going with is the problem solving,
Yep,
and the
yep.
ability to solve anything and everything. Even for instance, when I speak to senior leadership and the kind of like William, handle it, and that's what that's the kind of instruction that I'm given. And now it's up to me to how I intend to handle it, how what I intend to do with my team and my engineers, my designers, and things of that sort. Right? Now, what I'm looking at is with problem solving. Now you're able to do product management to a certain degree. Use AI as what I would say your friend who would now be able to validate a hypothesis, would be able to drill deeper into your line of thinking. Maybe you had six line of thoughts. Will you which one you want to, put your first bet on. Validating that is something that AI can help you with. And apart from that, I think what it has helped the most is everything out there is available. Now, people
Mm.
think that, oh, I'm building something brand new from scratch. And 9 out of 10 times, it's somebody has tried it somewhere. And if you have that preliminary information firsthand, your time to market or your time to build that particular product is going to decrease exponentially, and that is something that AI can get you, in the first glance. And I've noticed that, for instance, I've asked AI to give me research papers on particular topics that it has pulled up on, and I could correlate that research, which was some sort of behavioral study, into an actual product. And that was something which was phenomenal. And that's where you, because if I had to do it, it was the process without an AI assistant, or without any of the language models, would have been me going through papers, me going and reading what are the summaries of these, and then understanding, okay, will this make sense? Then coming and looking at, how do I integrate this with my product? The time would have been roughly 15 days, and now it is reduced to less than 3 days. And you see, this is just one feature set that I'm talking about. Now talk about 100 other feature sets that you can build on top of this. So
Absolutely.
this is what
Right.
you can
So
do.
what I'm taking away from what you're saying, right, which is where so for example, which is where the AI product leadership course that we are doing at Pragmatic Leaders that 𝗦𝗲𝘀𝗀𝗶𝗲𝗄 is leading, kind of sets apart from what is out in the market quite a bit, right? Which is taking the whole concept of a theory, right? Be the practical application of that, but actually taking the product to market, right? Which is where I think is one big differentiator which 𝗦𝗲𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗃 has come up with, because Product Hunt, which it was so funny when we did the first batch that not a lot of product managers even knew about Product Hunt, right? Which was so, I mean, for me, it was a little funny, right? But that whole cycle, which you also are speaking about, right? Unless you go through that cycle entirely, you don't really get to understand the pieces. It's great to sit back and say this, but you don't really know what's going to happen. Yeah.
I agree with you. Going through the cycle is kind of important, and that's what filling the gaps is what most of what PL did for me. Because from the outside, it would be like, "Acha, this is all you have to do, and this is it." But once you get your hands dirty, you understand there are gaps, and if those gaps aren't addressed in the right way, it's going to falter. Falter your product at the end of the day, and be it a small feature, or even if you're trying to rectify a bug, should I say.
Super. My last question. Would you recommend the Pragmatic Leader courses to other people?
Well, I have.
You have.
I have actually already to a few people. Again, like everyone, there's just this word of caution that I put to anyone and everyone who's studying, or even approaching academics for this point of saying. The You've got use it as a tool. Your objective is to use and upskill yourself, and then complement the skills that you've got, understand where you lack, and then build on those skills, and then approach the job market where you would be valued in the top 5%. That's what your idea should be. If you're going to think, oh, this is a pill that I'm going to swallow and automatically I'm going to be a product manager, that is definitely not the answer. And that's something that I want to tell people, right beforehand. And yeah, this is something that I'm saying. Yeah.
Super. Thank you so much, William, for your sharing your thoughts here and the honest feedback that you've given. And thank you. Thank you.